You already live?
Yep.
You got me using profanity. I'm live. He didn't tell me, people. We're about to get going. Let me set everything up on the rest.
Yeah.
Did we take a picture for it?
Yep.
Dang, thanks for the heads up, brother.
That's the good thing about live. Like to see the initial first setup.
No, because sometimes I say things that shouldn't be shared with the public.
Ain't heard it by now.
Yeah, that's true. All right. We getting off to the late start, people, but we are here. That is important. What did you label this? What's going on, Bitcoin vegan? You just put episode 2.
Yeah.
For crypto.
Yeah, you just put that for now.
Yeah, and then fix it later. Okay. Boom. Go live. All right, we're going live on the cover.
Going live, people in other places. What's up? Hey, Justin, Bitcoin vegan.
That topic knowledge. All right. It's our life, people. This is our life. Okay, what is going on? How's everybody doing today? I'm always leaning you so to let you all know what's going on. We have our YouTube phone up here. Let me make sure it's clamped in. There we go. YouTube's up here. Mm-hmm. We got Facebook right below. And then we have my iGo Live in the middle, and that's on my cell phone, so it's skinnier. So I'm always trying to look at that camera and talk to our viewers.
Name is Bone Bone.
Look at the Facebook and then look at the YouTube. So you might always see me leaning. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to get all close to Bitcoin's Day. I'm actually trying to see what's going on our iGo Live channel down here. So not going on. All right. Anyway, thank you. Welcome back. I don't know why I said thank you. Oh, you got it live. Welcome back to the Gentlemen of Bitcoin, or excuse me, I say that all the time too. Welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 2, coming to you live. Wow, interesting 24 hours since our first show.
Oh yeah.
We called a lot of stuff in 24 hours.
Yeah, especially the China ban, which is hilarious. It's one of the funniest things that ever happens in crypto.
So before we get started, we want to go ahead and so what we're going to start doing every day is just so we can stay honest and make sure we're on top of the crypto. We got the messages. I'm not calling everybody by name, so we know we owe like 1 or 2 people some Bitcoin. We're going to get it to you after the video. But we're also going to start announcing the winners the next day when we do the video. So yesterday's winner was Simitri Deva, a long-time supporter of us since we got started doing these live videos in general since last month. They had the first comment up on the video, and it wasn't about the first one, but their point basically was that China's going to stop playing games once they crash the price and buy it back, which
they did.
We just saw it, and we tried to tell people not to worry.
Yeah.
This is a game they play often. Bitcoin today said it yesterday. He said, he's seen many iterations of it, and that was another one. What do you think about that?
Well, I'm not surprised. When I saw the price literally just tank straight down, for traders, that's a great sign. I love it because volatility is great for traders. But it was great seeing it go. I think it's 45-50% in one day, right after the announcement, which I'm almost 100% sure a lot of those buyers are somehow connected to People's Bank of China. I'm not sure. They might have some, people working for them, but either way, like we said yesterday, don't panic, people. It's a game for a lot of these big corporations. They just want to buy it cheaper. They don't want to buy it at these high prices. You shouldn't either. Don't buy the tips, buy the dips. But that's what they do. It's a game. They have more money than you, so they can do it. But
and I know I don't always want to sound like because I'm not the doom and gloom guy, and people know me. I'm a as an officer in the military and all that. I'm a part of the establishment. So it's not like I'm like forget the establishment. But this is my issue with them. Is because you're normal everyday people. You're not allowed to. I won't say you're not allowed. You just don't have the same opportunity as they do to literally crash a market overnight, or or reduce it by half and buy back in and make millions of dollars, and some people maybe even billions eventually, but right now millions of dollars all within like 8 to 16 hours. And then on top of it, everybody's talking about regulation. this is the problem with regulation. It's not meant for the little guys.
Yeah.
You know, we're getting to the point where we're good. Yeah. But for the people that's going to start adopting it, it won't be fair for them. And I'm against that part of it. So,
absolutely.
I mean, we literally just saw what a country is capable of doing in the market. But
making you fearful. That's basically it. Fear runs the market, because in a volatile market, you got to realize, if everybody is semi-scared to start, all you need is a little bit of fear to push people off the edge. And every time China says, we're going to ban it, people are like, well, if they really do, we're never going to use it, sell it. And then all the people that are sitting there waiting for the price to drop, they get rich instead of you. So on the other side of that fence. And
they played everybody.
Yeah.
And thanks to everybody. We see you all join on YouTube. I go live here and as well as Facebook. Definitely appreciate, once again, talking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. We always talk about this because this is what we do full time to make money. And anybody really, for the most part, can jump in with the right training and knowledge and make some money too. Like literally China, who made millions of dollars within 16 hours yesterday when it happened. So going off the China thing, let's talk about NEO. Once again, our winner from yesterday's comment for the free Bitcoin is Dimitri Deva. I remember they actually said something about a week ago or something about how, they bought into NEO because NEO was skyrocketing and they lost a lot of money. First thing we said was hold it. Like, no one expected China to come out and say, hey, we're going to ban or whatever, all this stuff. And literally NEO went up, I think about 3:30 a.m. it started pumping. From 3:30 a.m. today, Pacific time, all the way to about 6 a.m., 7:30 a.m. Pacific time, it went up over 50%. So for those who aren't good with numbers, who don't know it, imagine you have your money, however much money you want to invest in something, you can get 50% back in 3 or 4 hours. That doesn't happen anywhere. It's never happened. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's the power of the altcoin market, crypto market, yeah.
Right. So, you have $500, you put it in, 6 hours later, you would have, 1,000 that quick. Or excuse me, 750. You put in 1,000, you would have 1,500, in a few hours. So, amazing thing. NEO showed that it wasn't going to slow down or stop regardless of China. And of course, that price increase happened because they were added to Bitfinex. Yeah, that's what started. Bitfinex
slid right in there.
Yeah, they slid. So that's the thing when it comes to these countries. Getting a phone call while I'm going live.
Somebody who bought NEO wanted to tell us how excited they
were. Somebody wanted to tell us how excited they were about NEO. But that's how the market works. You talk about these traditional investors, and not a knock against CNBC, but kind of a knock against CNBC. You got Kelly and everybody who's all of a sudden an overnight crypto expert. Whatever. It helps with mainstream adoption, but. The thing what a lot of traditional investors don't understand or they don't see is like tweets matter. Twitter matters. Some of these underground forums are all matter. And for example, Bitfinex tweeted out. That's what it did. I think like 3:30 a.m. They said something about adding NEO to their platform. 3:30 a.m. Pacific time, so 6:30 a.m. Eastern time. The U.S. is not awake for these announcements. That's what we're trying to get across. It's a 24/7 trading cycle. You're not awake for the announcement. They made the announcement and
boom, it goes from there. And then you wake up and you're like, oh man, I sold it all. Dang it. You know what I mean? So holding, you kind of can get some sleep by holding and by setting stop limits like we've stated before. If you already were like, well, NEO might, pump sometime in the future. Let me buy low. If you set your stop at a certain point, you cashed out this morning. You know what I mean? You woke up and was like, oh, nice. But if not, let it ride, let it go. If you think long term, same thing. So either way.
So for those who once again I'm seeing a lot of new people join us that I know personally but I haven't seen before. Yeah. So if you ever have questions, you want to learn how to do some of this stuff, invest on your own, or just consult with us, go to our YouTube channel first at Kirby Crypto, KRBECRYPTO, and we have a ton of videos to break down how you can get in there and make a little money in this market. So when it comes to making money and these astronomical high yield returns, what's the next thing on the list? It is the IRS. IRS is now making more noise because IRS wants to go after your Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, which is once again, I got to go back to this old story I broke. We have an interview coming out, I think next week or so, and I said on an interview too, but the IRS is going after your cash, they're going after your Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash because they understand how whoever held Bitcoin on August 1st got their Bitcoin Cash for free. So they want to tax both of those things. But here's the craziest thing. I still haven't seen a mainstream media story about how the United States, working with Greece authorities, confiscated over like $4 billion worth of Bitcoin, and that turned into they did that three or 4 days before the August 1st Bitcoin Cash, which doubled that basically doubled everything. So why is IRS talking about going after Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin? You haven't even checked the rest of the government who has a ton of everything. Like, what are you talking about?
And it might be another airdrop. You know, if 2x comes out and 2x is considered an altcoin, that's another airdrop that could come in November. So you're talking about basically a double and then a triple of what they had. So yeah, it's that IRS.
And we definitely want to hear your thoughts on this too, because we don't have all the answers. But what's crazy to me is, like, in general, how is the IRS going to tax this when it's an international currency, when it's an international thing? Like, how is that possible?
I mean, I think they'll go after exchanges, and we've discussed it personally about how technically, if you haven't made a certain amount of money, there's nothing they can do because it's too many people. They literally don't have enough employees.
It's really for the wealthy people.
Exactly.
Straight up.
What they want to find out is who are the people who are making hundreds, thousands, millions of dollars off of Bitcoin profit-wise and haven't paid us. Yeah. That's basically all I hear when I hear IRS regulation. So if you go to exchanges, you find accounts with large amounts of transactions or large amount, whatever they deem is too much. All you'll see is them go after the exchange, go after certain people in that exchange.
So 2 things. So I saw Bitcoin Vegan. He said the best thing, and this is what we've been telling people as well. The IRS can only tax it once you convert it to cash. Yeah. So, which is why we need to help build this ecosystem of cryptocurrencies, because you can't just keep it as a crypto and it can't be taxed. Now, if you're pulling out 100 G's and trying to go buy your first starter kit Lambo from this flip from Neo, they're coming for you. You know, your bank's gonna flag it, IRS is gonna come get it. But right now, the best thing you can do is hold long term, because if you hold long term, you're not pulling it out, they can't tax it.
Accept Bitcoin if you have a business, and pay with Bitcoin if you have it to spend. So you create your own economy.
But it's I just saw somebody else say, the IRS shouldn't even go after crypto unless it's converted to cash. In general, here's my thought on it. Especially as a trader, I don't see the government stepping in, or I don't see IRS. I don't see anybody stepping in when we lose money. We've taken a couple licks here and there. Any trader would tell you that. I highly doubt everyone's just been on straight path, unless all they're doing is buying and holding and they're not paying any attention. But when we take these big licks, I don't get a stimulus package from the government, or when the WannaCry and ransomware was rampant around, I didn't hear a lot of people saying the FBI called them back or gave them help. Yeah, that starter kit. Hey, that Lambo starter kit is coming. Listen, you stay in crypto for a year and a half, 2 years, that Lambo starter kit is there. Yep. For some of the viewers
who's gonna pull up with it.
Right. For some of the viewers who don't know what we mean, some of the funny memes and gifs are always like, buy Bitcoin or buy crypto, hold crypto, then buy Lambo. They're like, they're basically saying you can't go wrong. You're going to make money. You can buy your Lambo. But I don't know. Let's hear your thoughts on the IRS. And I know right now in the U.S., Bitcoin and crypto is a commodity. But once again, I feel like that overregulation and overtaxation is going to cause them to push people away. Like, I don't think they really realize. If the taxes get that bad, do you really think we would stay here and continue to do crypto stuff here? When there's, I've traveled already. There's beautiful places around the world. It's not just America's beautiful. There's other beautiful places. Okay.
And Dog, I saw the crypto to crypto. That is sort of true. Like, if you do your taxes, if you use Bittrex, or if you use and they do have Bitcoin tax. But if you use Bittrex or Poloniex or any of those, technically every altcoin trade to Bitcoin, you're supposed to list on your taxes. However, the thing is, on those exchanges, when you make those trades, and if you want to list it for your taxes, how can you calculate capital gains tax based on what? The price of the day that you filed, or the price
that's my point.
of the day that you sent it? Or if you lost money on it, do you pay tax on lost money? It's not really.
It's so convoluted. Yeah, it's not. It's that. For me, IRS, them even thinking about taxing it at this point, like that, this shouldn't even be a public conversation, because we're way too. They're way too ahead of the game when it comes to that. We don't even know. To most traditional people in the United States, this is even a real currency. It is nothing real.
It was fake 3 years ago.
It was fake last year for the most part. It was fake 12 months ago. So it's one of those things where you can't have your cake and eat it too, government. Either help us with the innovation and the trajectory of this, and help with the ecosystem as far as building it and welcoming it, or just stay out of it until we figure out what's what. Because right now the regulatory environment is already pushing people away, and taxes are going to do the same thing. I've already talked to people who said they don't want to jump into crypto until they figure out taxation rules and all that stuff. And it's just like, all right, you can wait, but by that time it's going to be $10,000 a coin.
Yeah, it's going to be way too late. Yeah, I've compared the regulation to regulating barter. Like, if I have a couch and I trade it for your TV, I could, instead of that couch, the value of it I could have on a piece of paper in Bitcoin, and I can trade it for that TV. I don't understand how do you think you're going to tax people with a barter system, or basically with a peer-to-peer system?
To move out the country, right?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are. A lot of people are starting businesses in Japan, in China. They're like,
well, my thing is, let's say you put a $50K, $100K into Bitcoin, or whatever, like throughout 2 or 3 years, and then you start pulling, say, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 here and there. How are they going to tax that? Or do they say, well, we'll tax it after it gets over that 100K mark? Or you get what I'm saying? Because it's like, I could have lost money. I could only have 40K left, and I'm trying to pull out my last 40K all at once. And then all of a sudden I'm getting hit with a tax when technically I lost $10,000. You know what I mean? It's just like, it doesn't make sense. But I don't know. We'll see what happens with that.
IRS.
Oh, the another thing we have to cover. Listen, you guys know I like to, well, I won't say I like to, but when I see something that seems somewhat shady, you got to say something. So I have to call out Tether. For those who don't know what Tether, tell us what Tether is.
Well, Tether is the only pegged currency to the USD currently in the altcoin market. Basically, it's supposed to stay in a general straight line, so it's worth $1 to your $1, 1-to-1 parity.
So $1 is $1 Tether.
Is one Tether, exactly. So when you trade on markets, you may see USDT, which is technically like a placeholder for trading US dollar versus Bitcoin or Ethereum pairs. So if you're a trader, that means you can trade for dollars. If you're a person who buys it, that means you can use your dollars directly to pay for it. So you don't have to go through the buy Bitcoin to buy altcoin type process. So Tether, its usefulness is pretty good. However, there have been some concerns about how much profit, so-called, they have, how much holdings they actually have, and also the Tether price itself jumping up and down sometimes. I've seen
it's
it
not
at
supposed
120.
to jump. It's supposed to stay at $1.
Yeah, I've seen it at 120. I've seen it at 98 cents. I mean, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, well, if it's not pegged completely, then it could be a scam because y'all are shaving off pennies every time I pay for something. When in reality, that's my money. Times that by $1 million, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. So the thing with Tether kind of started the same way exchanges happen as far as those red flags go up. The first red flag was Tether started taking too long to verify people. Whenever that happens, it's something wrong with support. And if it's something wrong with support, that means there's something wrong with the operation in general, which means you shouldn't be putting your money anywhere near that area, right? So for Tether, I noticed it when I signed up for Tether. It was like, I think it was like last year. The sign up actually went semi-quick, but then I think we got a little boom, a little spike in prices, which of course more people came, flooded the crypto market. But then all of a sudden, after I was accepted, get all my verification for Tethers, try to sync everything up, till this day, I can't make any deposits to get Tether, nor do I want to. But a lot of things that happened was their banking relationships were severed with a lot of big banks here in the United States, which isn't the end-all, be-all for crypto, because like I said, we battle banks all the time. They don't like the space, but they severed Tether's ties and Bitfinex to kind of partner with them. And the biggest issue with that is I'm not a exchange or a crypto that's trying to hold millions of people's money, So if my banking ties get cut, I can hop on another bank quickly. They have millions of dollars worth of your money out there, so their banking ties get severed. There's a big issue. So between that happening, then something happened where people started reading the fine print of their terms of service, which basically said they don't have to honor your Tether at all, basically. So scam alerts started going off in a lot of people's chat rooms and forums and all that. Tether released a statement yesterday or the day before, something them and Bitfinex basically saying that, hey, what you're reading isn't what it seems like, but yeah, we can choose to give back or not give back your money. So anyway, it's very convoluted right now. And I'm not gonna lie, these are all the red flags of a scam or of a business about to go under. They already have a lot of people money. However, like you said, their one Tether, the exchange rate fluctuates now. As I stated, I've been on Tether for at least like 7 or 8 months at least, and I still haven't been able to deposit any money which was once again is a red flag. They don't want any more money coming in because they can't handle it. Yeah. And then what was the other big? There was one more big thing. I don't know. It's looking real shady.
Yeah, and I mean, Callie Coin said he likes Tether. I mean, the use case for it was a good idea.
Yes, I mean it's a brilliant
use case. The problem, like I said, is good intentions sometimes have bad results simply because of inexperience, not enough funding. I mean, I'm not calling it straight up. They're just scamming people. Market, yeah,
that's true.
Like I said, I'm not saying they're just scamming people, out of their money just straight up. But I will say that scaling problems is something in the crypto community.
Everybody's having it because none of them are actually
businesses growing that fast.
Well, not only that, but it's not only business growth. I actually had this conversation on a forum yesterday with a few people. Scaling is a problem. But I don't think it's just because the business is growing fast. These people in charge of these companies don't have any business experience. Yeah. They're developers, they're coders, they're technologically, they're technological wizards. They're smart, they're geniuses, but they don't have business experience.
They got one finance guy.
Right. You have a finance guy and a compliance guy. The only reason you have a compliance guy is because the government finally said if you don't have a compliance guy and you make millions of dollars, we are going to send you to prison. They have shown they will do that. Yeah. But as far as business goes. Yeah, Charlie Shrum, hey, you took one, you were the first through the door, you took one for us all, we appreciate it. But the basic underlying problem with all these businesses and scaling, whether it's Tether, whether it's Bittrex, whether it's Coinbase, who hit 10 million users, which I don't know how because they're terrible, right? They've been terrible for the last year. But the issue with all these people is like literally the owners of these websites, because that's what they are, at the end of their websites, we're just utilizing them as exchanges and markets, whatever you want to call it. But they're websites created by developers and coders who were in the industry early. They made a ton of money doing it, and they started buying their Lambos and taking vacations. And then all of a sudden it was, hey, we have real customers. Oh my God, we have even more customers than we thought we were going to get. And now they don't know how to operate a business. They don't. If you look at a lot of these websites, you won't see a chief of operations. Operations COOs, which to me is a red flag in any business. Like, why don't you have a COO to run your business? Because I know you're not doing it. So no one's hired that position. No one's been attacking that issue. And right now there's a scaling issue all across the community, as you said.
Absolutely. Yeah, and unfortunately, some of these, or most of the exchanges, I'll say, they'll go away. I mean, I've seen like 20 or 30 pop up just in the last 6 months. Most of them will be gone. The strong will survive. And for those that do get hit with the IRS, I think there will be a day, and it'll probably be a bad day for crypto, where the IRS will put out some statement saying they're investigating all Bitcoin exchanges, or most of them, and most people will get scared and run away, which I can see the panic happening. So, two things: one, don't keep all your money on exchanges. But two, if that does happen and they're investigating whatever exchange, I would, of course, move my stuff out, but don't go back. I know people that they like Coinbase, for example. I made the mistake of going back twice.
Yeah, I went back to Coinbase.
I have 4 accounts with them, and every time it's something, and that was unneeded stress and unneeded whatever. So I would say don't keep it all on exchanges, and if they mess up, don't go back.
Yeah.
And that way we keep them honest. If people just leave and they're like,
you gotta keep them honest. The biggest thing you said was, for those who never went through one of these support issues or had your money on exchange or whatever, I mean, that's the biggest thing, is that stress. You have, however much money you have is your money, and people aren't responding to you. And to me, this is where the regulations are needed, is because the exchanges, I feel, should have a fiduciary responsibility to anyone who uses it, just as a bank would. But right now they are escaping that responsibility. So you're talking about something that needs to be regulated. Then, okay, let's regulate something on that level. They're dealing with hundreds of millions of dollars. Okay, I'm cool with you stepping in and looking at these guys and saying, wait, what's going on here? But instead, no, we're going to regulate the ICOs because that's a quick flip.
Yeah. And ICOs are mostly, you can put an ICO in one day. Just a template website with a couple good ideas, and you can create a coin in a couple hours.
So Callie, I got a response to you. He said all I want is a reliable, decentralized exchange. It's coming. So here's the thing. I was just telling you, I was on a forum yesterday. I was chatting with a bunch of people. Some guys are actually old Wall Street guys. They have money. And we were talking about, once again, the same exchange thing. And there is one coming, actually. But I also told them this. I told you this not so long ago. I'm going to give it another year or two, because I don't want to run in. Like I said, I want to be the first man through the door on this thing. But I'm going to give it another year or two, possibly 3 years. And if something isn't there that that does the job the right way, I will create an exchange. I will create one. I already had people tell me they'd give me money to move forward with it. I understand the business structure of it. Mm-hmm. I'll find coders and developers. Yeah, that's when we're talking about Bitcoin vegan. That is one of them. There's a couple of them coming out. But we'll be the Google and come in late but swoop up everything. So we're going to give it at least a year or two for these new exchanges to come out that we have been eyeing, that we do want to utilize. Yeah. But literally in 2 years is a stretch. In 2 years, if I don't see one that's really doing right, then I'm pulling it, because at that point, if I'm not trading millions of dollars on each account, then I'm already doing something wrong. But in general, if we are trading that much money, I don't want to leave it up to these guys who are developers and coders but don't know how to run a business that has millions of dollars at stake. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, MVO. Let's see, Prism is coming.
Prism will be a good. I think Prism will be a good.
I think Prism will be a big one. Eric Voorhees has shown, he knows what he's doing,
and he cares.
Yeah. So I, as far as that, we'll see. But if, like I've always said, in the altcoin space, the reason I like it is if it's not good, somebody will make something better.
Somebody gonna fix it
every time, and all that does is push innovation. And if you look at the .com bubble, you had terrible websites, and then you had a bunch of people trying to build websites, so it pushed it further. Mm-hmm. And then we got to open source, and then we got to where we are now, where it's such a marketplace of ideas. We got Bitcoin out of it. We got blockchain out of it. You know what I mean? And going forward, we got AI, Internet of Things, which probably couldn't have been possible without that competition. So that's why we encourage, call out if somebody's not doing something good. You don't have to be mean about it and say, oh, y'all terrible, I hate everybody, I want to shoot your exchange up, whatever. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
But you can honestly say, I was unhappy with this. Tell other people if they have similar experiences, leave. That's the best thing about this economy.
Well, I was just about to say, the ecosystem in general. As I said, I'm online chatting with people across the world, getting new information and stuff. But same with exchanges, same with calling people out. That's the beauty of it. If there's a problem, you tell other people, share it, and then also help figure out a solution, or at least a way to point, come with solutions. But that's what we're here to do as well, and to share that information so we're all aware. Like, hey, you still on what exchange?
Get off.
Dude, get off now before you lose all your money.
And I would say heads up for Poloniex users. That's all I'm gonna say.
Heads up for Poloniex users, and I know you like it.
I don't know what may happen.
Yeah,
Ether Delta. Yeah, it's decentralized, but the interface is trash.
Yeah, I was about to say.
That's why I say it's always something. You either got cereal and no milk, milk and no cereal. It's always something.
Kool-Aid and no sugar.
Yeah, what I'm saying.
Peanut butter and no jelly.
Exactly. So we got Y, no fi.
Right.
Somehow it's always missing something.
So we'll, like I said, we're gonna monitor the exchange. Like I'm dead serious. We're gonna continue to monitor the exchanges and see what happens. Like I said, next year to 2 years. Mm-hmm. If something isn't out by then, we're just gonna go ahead and put one in the mix and get it going.
Yeah, Polo's a joke. And Shapeshift, I will say before we go into the next part, Shapeshift, I actually am doing a video now to show people, if you don't want to trade, but you do know how to look at how to enter a market, you can actually shapeshift your Bitcoin into a bunch of different coins, and then you can see that value rise that day, or it's like, say for instance, Neo was on there. If you shapeshifted it last night, you woke up this morning with almost
a lot of money.
Right. Exactly. So you don't even have to get on the exchange, so to say. So I have that video coming soon. Just wait for that. So
So like I said, we're gonna try to keep these at 30 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Paper wallets, paper wallets are good, but we trade. So we do keep some, of course, in storage, but we try to optimize every dollar on the exchanges in the market.
Paper wallets, got one for that too. So
we got videos. We got a ton of videos. Don't worry, we coming. We getting a schedule together. Like I said, we're gonna try to keep these at around 30 minutes. We know everybody's busy, which is why we do most of our videos short. We want you to get in, get out. Mm-hmm. But just to give you a update on some things that's happening. We are going to be releasing some more of our altcoins we buy segment. Oh, it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good.
We are going to be releasing some more of our altcoins we buy segment this week. It is a lot going on in the altcoin market. Mm-hmm. Listen, I would say this. I can't guarantee anything. Whenever you talk about money, if anybody guarantees something, you need to give them that eyebrow. Like, wait, they might probably lying. So I'm not going to guarantee anything. But what I will say is, if you saw our last month best altcoins we buy, you can attest to this. The ones we're eyeing for this week and the next couple weeks, there's a very good chance you could make a lot of money on them, or at least a high yield return on your percent, because it's a lot of good stuff going on.
Oh yeah, and I would check that out, because we've done our videos to show how much percent is gained from when we discussed it. So you see it in real time. And I was gonna say OMG. And the rumor going around about that, I want to throw that out there.
So, never mind. He's about to take one of the segments right now.
No, my bad.
No, go ahead. You can tell him.
I was gonna say,
get your money right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you've seen it pumping a little bit, there was a rumor going around. They tweeted out a picture of them in Google offices, and they were talking about maybe a partnership. I have heard OMG may introduce something called Face Pay, where you can pay with your face, basically. So identity-wise, and for some people they're like, oh, they're gonna take our information and they're gonna do.
They already got your information. Don't worry.
They already got it, and on top of that, you gave it to them, so they're not taking it. And on top of that, if you want to make money with it, that's on you. Your moral convictions about it, I don't really care. I'm here for the trading part of it. But OMG is good to look into. I think it's already started pumping, but the next dip, you may want to get in there, because if there's any type of Google anything close to it, the same way Ethereum Classic had that Microsoft announcement and then it went up 300% in like 2 weeks, I'm sure that'll probably happen with OMG, if that is. Let's see. OMG and Gold.
Yep. See, hey, you all are taking. Listen, all right, stop it. All right, we got a segment for best altcoins we buy. We're gonna talk about the partnerships with Golem, all that. Listen, we got all the information. One thing, somebody just asked, could you do? So I think it was Miss Bone. We don't want to commit right now to doing videos on too many wallets. She asked you to do on the Verge wallet. Yeah. So I'll tell you now, he is a technical expert, like I said. So when it comes to wallets and stuff, that's all on him. I'm not going to even play with it. I know I need to know, but like I said, I'm more on the business side. But I say that only because we'll try to see what we can, but I know it takes time to figure out the wallets and the videos, and we start doing it for one wallet. Literally, everybody's like, all right, you got to do a video for these ones. Which I don't know. We might do them for all when we get some time. We'll see. So,
there's 1,000 coins out there, and most of them are trash. I'm not doing it. Yeah.
Okay. So, appreciate it, Cali Coins. So last things we want to cover is, first of all, got to give out the free Bitcoin real quick. Mm-hmm. So, how are we doing this today? What's going on?
Well, I want to hear what do you think going forward?
We talked about. We're gonna do a special on it too, though. Cali Coins for OMG. But go ahead.
I was gonna say, what do you think going forward? Which altcoin partnership do you think is the best? Because we've seen a few. We've seen the airdrop with the OMG. We've seen the partnership between what's the coin the Binance coin that just came out? We've seen a few partnerships, but there's a lot out there. We definitely can't figure all of them out. We've seen a few. Singular DTV have one, I think, with somebody. But what do you think is the best altcoin partnership? What do you think is the best so-called partnership that'll bring most people forward, and why?
And that's what's making me smile is that, once again, you got to give it to the crypto community. They're already saying, all right, listen, guys, some of our deals are similar. We're on the same page. Mm-hmm. Let's link up together and let's make even a better product than we could on our own. Mm-hmm. And they are already doing that very quickly. So I am impressed. And
future speculation. That's what we want to hear, though. Yeah. I mean, what do you think in the future will be most important?
This is just speculation. This is a fun channel, But here's the thing, though. This is a very speculative market in some sorts, but it's very speculative market. So it might be. But go ahead. All right, so do that, and then tomorrow, of course, we'll announce the winner, and we'll make sure we give you a free Bitcoin. We're going to try to give you the Bitcoin before the videos, and then announce the winner, but you all know it is. Listen, we're on a 24-hour trading cycle, and sometimes we don't get a chance to do everything, or on time, but we do them eventually. Other than that, I would say we got a couple more things. We're about to start actually having seminars coming to different cities and online stuff. We already booked out for, I think, 3 or 4. So far, we got a couple on the East Coast coming up, and then we have one in another country, but we'll be doing that online.
Keep you posted.
Yeah, we'll keep you posted, but make sure you follow us so you can see all our seminar stuff when they're coming out. We're going to come in low cost, like literally just trying to pay for the room and give us some beer money for after event. But we'll be doing seminars and workshops where we teach people some of the trading stuff, some of the ICO stuff, some of the business part about it, how to develop businesses around it. Everything from top to bottom, like a brief intro to all that, and then from there, if you want more, we can give more. Yep. And then last thing is that we ask you for sure to continue to I see a few people share it. Thanks, EJ Cherry over there on Facebook. Appreciate the share.
Young EJ.
We ask you all to definitely share it, like it, tell other people about it, because if not, then the advice you're going to be getting is going to be from people like Fox, CNN, and CNBC, who are just like literally getting handed pieces of paper that they're reading up on from somebody who may know what they're talking about or not. So we definitely want to be able to do this and give you as much information as we can. So we just ask you to support us and share it and tell your friends and family, so we can get more input as well as far as what people need to learn or what they want to see, and we can go back to the lab and get together.
Yeah, and real quick, yes, we do have a newsletter. It's already done. We're just making it pretty. That'll be out tomorrow. So,
whoa, who asked that?
Miss Bonbon.
Okay,
Miss Bonbon asked about the newsletter. So. Yeah, we're done. Yeah. But
yeah, we have a newsletter, but it's for some of our private clients right now. But we're actually getting our website built up and stuff now. And once we expound upon all of that, we'll start doing. We got a ton of stuff in the works, but of course things take time. We're trying to balance out trading and then, of course, building the business as well. So we do have newsletters and all that good stuff. Right, like I said, right now it's for our private clients, but we'll start expanding it to the public and offering all types of good stuff that we do, so you can see what we're doing at 2 a.m. and how we making money. All right. Other than that, hey, appreciate you all watching as always. Like I said, we're gonna do some best altcoins we buy this week, as well as a couple other new things we're gonna throw out there. 10 a.m. every day. The gentleman of crypto will be here. Any last things?
That's all for me. Follow
us, subscribe, like all that at Kirby Crypto, KRBECRYPTO on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and KingBless.com on my I Go Live.
And if you want to post the comments, wait for the video. It'll come out as soon as we finish. Post it right under the video.
Yeah, so you got to post the comments for the free Bitcoin and add your address. We saw some good
address.
Yeah, we saw some good ones yesterday, but it's like we keep telling you, you have to add your public address. Like,
and it has to work.
Yeah, it has to work too. So make sure you do all that good stuff so we can get some money to you. Hey, thank you for watching Doggy Dog.
Appreciate you.
Hey, appreciate it. We'll see you all tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.
Thank you.
And now the awkward closing everything, looking at the camera. And of course.